Hi, welcome to my next video. This one is about conditionals or if-else statements. I've been learning a lot about them and I'm excited to share with you. Hope you enjoy. Conditionals are if statements. If something is true, perform the following code. So for example, we say var example equals true, then if example is true, then you print true. Now there's also else statements that go along with it. So if it is not true, then do this code. So next example, var example 2 equals false. So if example 2 is true, then we would print true, but it's not. So else, we go to the else and then we print false. If-else statements can also use something like comparison operators to help determine if something is true or false. Comparison operators are things like equals equals, which means equal to. Exclamation point equals is not equals. There's the greater than sign. Oh. There's the less than sign. There's the greater than or equal to sign, or there's the less than or equal to sign. All of these can be used in if-else statements to compare information. So it's always fun when we start getting a little more interesting things to do. So now that we have our comparison operators, we can do some more interesting things, like we start saying var score equals 85, and we can compare that to different scores and have different results. So if score is greater than 90, then you can say you got an A. But if not greater than 90 or equal to 90, then you can print you got a different grade. So it's great to have two things to compare, but we often want more, right? If you think about grades, right, you have lots of different grades than just 90 and above and 90 and below. So we have the else if to help us out there. So we can say the original if statement, then any other conditions you use else if, and then the final one is again else. So in this example, we say var animal equals horse, and then we say if the animal equals dog, then you would print wolf. Then we go else if animal equals cat, then you print meow. And then again, else if animal equals horse, then print neigh, and then you can end it up with the else, which is print unknown sound. So there is a way to actually kind of shorthand an if-else statement, and it's called the ternary conditional operator. Basically, you take the if and like really lessen it down. So for example, here we have var test equals true. If test is true, then print true, else print false. So to put that all in one line, you say test question mark. There's your if-else statement, basically all in that question mark. And then say print true, colon, print false. So those are the two conditions it'll check, and then it'll print the correct one. So there is one more kind of trick up the sleeve thing to help lessen the amount of code that you do with if-else statements. You can take all that code all the time to say if-else, your variable equals what, then do this, and lessen it down to not have to do each one of those statements each time, essentially. So you say switch game, and that's your variable that you're checking, right? And then you say case. So case Final Fantasy. So it's basically in that case it's saying does game equal Final Fantasy? And if it does, then you move on to the next thing after the colon, which says print PlayStation. And then, of course, it goes down and checks each case, each situation to say, does the variable equal this? And then instead of a else, it has a default. And you say default, and in this case, print unknown console. And that will be what to happen if nothing else matches.